And here we are at the reviewing area, and here we have Transformers 1 Airachnid on the reviewing area. Now, as you can see here, I'm starting this review off with her in robot mode because for me, getting her from vehicle mode to robot mode is kind of a little bit too complicated for me. So that's why I'm starting this review off with her in robot mode to her vehicle mode, because it's a lot easier for me that way. So now we're starting this review off with her in robot mode. So as you can see, in robot mode, she does look, well, she does look really cool looking and really accurate to how she looks in the movie. But I do have a couple of little issues with it for me. But we'll get to that in a minute. But let's take a closer look here. So getting a closer look at the head sculpt here. And like I already said, this is a she, a female robot. And she was also a female robot from Transformers Prime. So here's a closer look at the head sculpt here. If I can try and get the camera situated. As you can see, very, very nice head sculpt here. You two have the silver paint on the face, along with some purple eyes, and these things on the sides of her head, which are also purple, these are also her eyes. So she does have like a number of eyes on her head. And in the movie, her head did split apart to reveal more eyes, but on this figure or toy, you cannot do that. Unfortunately. Which I would have liked it, but they could not do it on this figure. And going down to her chest, which just has a lot of detail work, and the shoulders do have some red stripes on the shoulders and her elbows, and she does have little guns, which I will show off these after we're done showing off the articulation. And her going down to her thighs, which now I have seen the movie, but it's it's been like a while since I've seen Transformers 1. And I have seen it in the theaters and also on TV at home, here at home. And her thighs, I, I think, the thighs here might be movie accurate. If they are, let me know in the comment section below. But the reason why I point out her thighs is because her thighs to me kind of look a little too thick. I think they should be slimmer down, but I think they're supposed to be thick. I don't know if they are, if they were thick in the movie. I'm guessing that they are, but if they're not, if they're not like this thick, let me know in the comment section below. They're either supposed to be like this or they were like thinner in the movie. I don't know, and I don't remember. But y'all can let me know in the comment section below about that. But moving on, going down to her legs, and she does have like the high heels here. And another issue I have with it is some of the plastic, like these things, which are the legs, well, they're called spider legs. Because, yes, in the movie and also Transformers Prime, the cartoon, Transformers Prime, she is a robotic spider. But she does not transform into like a spider. She transforms into a helicopter. And this one also transforms into a helicopter. Well, some sort of a VTOL helicopter mode. Something like that. But another issue I have with it is some of the plastic, like these spider legs are kind of a little too thin. Even these knee pieces here, or calves here, do also look kind of thin. So if you're messing around with this figure, be mindful of these things and these things here, and also these things as well, because they're like made out of a thin piece of plastic. So but be mindful of that, so that way you don't break anything or snap them off. And going to the back here, she does kind of have she does kind of have a backpack, but but it's not the worst that I've seen. Except you got this thing that sticks out on the back. But there is a reason why that's there. And of course you got the spider legs here, the ones on the bottom, and these ones, which are also the spider legs on the top here. And all around, the robot mode does look pretty cool. And it is like accurate to how she looks in the movie. But to me, she does have a couple of issues, like the thighs, which I don't know if this is movie accurate, but if they are, let me know in the comment section below. And another issue is you need to be very careful with the legs here, because they're made out of a thin piece of plastic. And also, another issue is when you're posing her, you also want to be mindful because she doesn't have any ankle pivot like the other Studio Series figures have. So when you're trying to pose this figure, you too need to be mindful that she doesn't fall over. But you can, thankfully, you can like make the legs here, the spider legs, like for stability, which is great. Okay, so now for the articulation. Head is, yes, head is on a ball joint. The arms are on ball joints, so you do have good range. Elbows are on a ball joint. No wrist articulation and no waist articulation. And her legs are on ball joints. And she does bend at the knee at this joint here. And you do have a thigh swivel. Yes. And yeah, that's all the articulation for the legs. Now for the spider legs, you have, for these bottom ones, you have a ball joint here, a hinge joint here, which is on a soft ratchet here, a hinge joint here, and for the top ones, you have a ball joint here, a hinge here, a hinge here, which is also on a soft ratchet. But I think it only moves. Oh yeah, it only moves on one click or one thoop. And you do have a hinge joint here, which is also on a soft ratchet, but only on one. Yeah, only one thoop. And of course, this part does move up and down. Well, it moves like up to here and all the way down to here. And that's it. So she does have some good articulation to her, but I would have liked a little more to her. But because of what she is in the articulation, it is what it is. But you still have to be very careful with like the thin plastics of the spider legs. Even these legs here. Now for accessories, well, she's already loaded with them. Yes, and that is the only accessories that she comes with are these two guns on her arms, which there's a number of ways you can do with these. You can attach them on her elbows here, and they do attach on the hole and tab here, or you can have her hold them in her hands. Oh. So they look something like this. And you can do that on both of these. And that's all the accessories. Just those two guns. Okay, and now let's get her transformed. Oh, hey, but before we get to the transformation, just a quick size comparison. Here she is next to the only Transformers 1 Studio Series figure I have for comparison, and that is Megatron here. So you could see how they look together, side by side. Okay. And now we can get on to the transformation. So to start off the transformation, First, what I'm going to do is, of course, remove these guns out of her arms. And we're going to set these off to the side. And now we can begin. So, first, come to the back here and lift this up and tab it in. Then you're gonna take this section here with these 4 things and untab it from this section here. You see, tab, that goes into that hole there. So it looks like that. Now you're gonna take this section and rotate it sideways this way. So it's like that. And then you're gonna untap this and bring it all the way around, and then we'll tap into place. And then you're gonna bring these, only 2 of these out. So now you have that, and it's like a propeller thingy. Now for these legs, the bottom ones, all we're just going to do is we're going to compress them all the way in until they tap into place. Well, until you hear those clicks. Now you're gonna rotate them around so they're like this. And then these are going to tap together from these 2 tabs and these 2 holes. So it's like that. And now we're gonna, for the top legs here, these things, rotate them around so they're like this. And then we're gonna bring these out so they're like this. And then we're gonna take these and, using these hinge joints, bring them all the way in so that way these can tab together. Just like that. So now you have something like this. Now, take the back section and untap it, and then we're going to bring it up and down like this. And for the arms, we're going to open up these and rotate the hands all the way in so that these guns are showing up, and then close these up like that, and like that, and that. Now take her arms and extend them out some on these hinge joints here. And you're gonna untap her chest and bring it down so that way you can take her head and push it all the way down. And now these holes are going to tab into these tabs here. And now for the back, we're going to bring it up, and this tab is going to go into that hole right there. Just like that. So it looks like this. Now for the arms, you're just gonna bring these back some. But you do wanna, like, yeah, okay. You do wanna make sure that okay, yes. You want to make sure that this tab is on, well, these two black tabs are on this thing here. So they look like this. And now you're going to take the arms and bring them up so they're like this, and then the elbows are going to tab together so they look like this. Now for the legs, you're gonna take her knees here and bring them up, and they will just tab into place like that. Now take these thigh pieces and bring them out some so they're like this. Then you're gonna, okay, yes. Then you're gonna bring them up and rotate the thighs around so they're like this. Okay. So they're like this here. Now you're gonna take these and untap them through here. Untap them here and bring them out. So they're like this. Like that. Then you're gonna take these and rotate them up on here, on this swivel joint here. And now take the whole legs and rotate them around like this. And now what we're gonna do is bring up the legs on these joints and bring these down some, because there are some tabs that I'm trying to find. Okay. Okay. I see them. They're these holes. These holes is where okay, yes. I was swiveling these knees the wrong way, but these holes is where these tabs go in, and these tabs is of course where it goes in somewhere here. So you just want to bring it up like this and bring it up like this, and that's how it goes. At least yes. Okay, yes. I got it correct. Okay, there we go. So it looks something like this. And then take these and rotate them around so they're like this. And now on the bottom, take what was the arms and you're gonna rotate them down, but of course make sure that they're tapped in together. And also, they're also going to tap into these tabs and those holes on these things. So it's like that. And I think we are done. Just double checking. Yes, we're done. We are done. Right now, I'm just double checking to see if I got everything. Okay, yes, we're done. So there you have Airachnid in her well, the box or the instructions don't really say what mode this is, but I'm gonna call it like a Cybertronian helicopter, or I guess a and she just came untapped. There we go. But I'm gonna call it like either a Cybertronian VTOL mode or some Cybertronian helicopter mode thing. And as far as Cybertronian modes go, this one, even though well, I know it is like some alien type mode thing, but out of all the other Cybertronian modes that we've had in the past, this one to me, I mean, it's not bad, but it's kind of it's an okay mode to me. I've seen better Cybertronian modes before. This one to me is kind of okay. Not my favorite, but it is just okay. But getting a closer look here, and the vehicle mode is pretty much everything we've already seen in the robot mode. And and yes, she does have these turbine things, which, if some of y'all are asking, no, these do not move. But this one on the back does. And you do have little guns here. And you do have like a big circle thing or ring thing around this propeller that spins. And here's the bottom here. And she does have two little guns here. And all around, not a bad Cybertronian vehicle mode, but not it's just not my favorite one. It's just okay to me. And I think I might have already said about these guns where you can't do anything with them in vehicle mode. Well, apparently you can. And that is, you can attach these onto the vehicle mode also. And the way you do it is these holes on both sides do attach to the same tabs for these guns. So you can have that look if you want to. And getting another closer look here. And she doesn't really have any landing gear. Well, I think you can count these as kind of like landing gear if you want to. And that is it for Airachnid. So we will be back with our final thoughts here.